It's not too late. You can stay here with me. I don't want to stay with you, Mommy.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the films that blow their remakes out of the water. We're excluding live-action adaptations of animated films because those deserve a list of their own.
Pinocchio, did you hear anything?
I sure did.
All right, I heard something too. And now that you can talk.
Hello, Pops.
Number 10, The Wickerman.
Your lordship seems strangely unconcerned.
I'm confident your suspicions are wrong, Sergeant. We don't commit murder up here. We're a deeply religious people.
Religious?
A landmark in folk horror, the original The Wicker Man was well received by critics and audiences upon release in 1973. It has been considered one of the greatest British films ever, horror or not. The original film is noted for its subtle tension, achieved without gore or jump scares.
Bestow upon us in the year to come the rich and diverse fruits of your kingdom.
As the mystery unravels, the discomfort builds, helped by some sharp performances and charmingly creepy costuming. And the ending remains terrifying. The 2006 remake is known for quite the opposite, starring an unabashedly overacting Nicolas Cage. It is a laughable attempt at reviving the classic.
Get off the bike. Step away from the bike. Take your stupid mask.
Number 9, Rollerball.
We will review these techniques with special attention to the use of death blows.
Same lecture every year.
This sci-fi sports movie may not have been the most popular with critics when it was released in the 70s, but it has since gained some love. Although far from perfect, its look at the dystopian, corporation-dominated society provides social commentary that gets better with age.
I don't mean to resist. I'm just trying to understand.
This is for your own benefit. You must know that, Jonathan. All decisions concerning you are.
In 2002, director John McTiernan took a stab at remaking Rollerball, but it flopped in all regards. Critics and fans of the original said the remake lacked nuance. Setting the story in 2005 and focusing so heavily on the action definitely didn't help.
American horses, right?
Absolutely, and hung like one.
We don't speak much.
That's the way I dig it, yo. You don't speak much.
Way I dig it, yo.
Kid, you ever tried to get laid with an accounting degree?
It was a miss for McTiernan, who previously saw great success with classics like Predator, Die Hard, and The Hunt for Red October. Number 8, The Ladykillers.
You've all become too absorbed. You and your guests might like a cup of tea.
Oh, you shouldn't.
You know, Professor, you didn't tell me the truth about yourself.
The original version of this heist movie is hailed as one of the best comedies of the 1950s. The Ladykillers is part of a string of comedies from Ealing Studios, poking fun at social conditions in post-World War II Britain.
Major, relax. Calm down. Back to the station.
No strangers to black comedy themselves, the Coen brothers were set to direct a 2004 remake. However, it was less than well received. Changing the setting to the American South didn't make the movie any more interesting. And instead of dry British humor, the Coens' film is rather uncharacteristically over the top in both acting and premise.
The meandering Mississippi as it found its way back and forth across a great alluvial plain, leaving Earth.
Number 7, RoboCop.
Your move, creep.
Paul Verhoeven's RoboCop is considered one of the most iconic films of the 80s. It defied genres and offered biting satire that could have fallen flat in most other action-heavy movies. Moreover, critics said it went beyond a typical revenge narrative, adding nuance and social critique.
And the president's first press conference from the Star Wars orbiting peace platform got off to a shaky start when power failed, causing a brief but harmless period of weightlessness for the visiting president and his staff.
But a remake came out in 2014, and it totally missed the wit and zest of the original. RoboCop wouldn't be the only Verhoeven classic to receive a dull remake. 1990's Total Recall had humor and over-the-top practical effects, while the 2012 version was just bland.
They really did a number on you, didn't they?
Who the hell are you?
You honestly don't remember any of it, do you?
No, I don't. Remember what? How do you know me?
Number 6, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'm crazy after all.
This campy 80s slasher introduced audiences to Freddy Krueger, now a well-known and well-loved killer. In addition to creating an icon for horror history, the film was praised for its witty script and innovative cinematography. The movie was a box office success and spawned several sequels.
Infinite space. Were it not that I have bad dreams.
In 2010, a remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street was released, but it removed Freddy's one-liners and other joyful aspects of the original series. The writers also added a certain taboo crime to Freddy's backstory. It was even deemed lethargic, and the last thing you want from an Elm Street movie is to be put to sleep.
This dress was always one of my favorites. Do you remember it, Nancy? Of course you do.
Number 5, The Karate Kid.
Here, karate, same thing. Either you karate do yes, or karate do no. You karate do guess so. Just like grip.
The 5th highest grossing movie of 1984 in the United States, The Karate Kid tells a heartwarming coming-of-age story that resonated with many young viewers. It even touched a lot of critics.
Oh, look me, look fence. Hey, up, down, touch, bend the wrist, down stroke, you bend, see? Good, long stroke,
Along with spawning several sequels and plenty of memorabilia, the movie is credited with making karate popular in the US. With that level of enduring success, it's no surprise that there was a remake. The story was updated for 2010 audiences, and while it wasn't totally panned by critics and audiences, it just couldn't hold up to the charm of the original.
Where's your jacket?
I thought I was warm enough without it.
Go get it.
Can we go all the way back just to get it?
Yes, all the way back where you hide it.
Number 4, Carrie.
You're a woman now.
Why didn't you tell me, Mama?
And God made Eve from the rib of Adam. And it was weak and loosed the raven on the world.
The first film adaptation of Stephen King's work is hard to top. Brian De Palma's skilled direction enraptured audiences upon release, and now Carrie is considered a masterpiece of horror. It even caught the attention of the Academy Awards, garnering 2 nominations, a relatively rare feat for a horror movie.
Satan's power.
It's nothing to do with Satan, Mama. It's me. Me. If I concentrate hard enough, I can move things.
The appeal of the story has never left public consciousness. In 2013, a big-budget remake was released. Unfortunately, neither audiences nor critics saw much merit in it. Lacking the grit and raw emotion of the 1976 film, the remake was a major letdown.
Go to your closet. No, Mama. Go to your closet and pray.
Number 3, Planet of the Apes.
You maniacs! You blew it up! Oh, damn you!
Combining social commentary, practical effects, and a plot twist you'll never forget, the original Planet of the Apes is a sci-fi classic. It spawned 4 direct sequels and 2 television series. The original movie was nominated for 2 Oscars and won an honorary award for its makeup.
You're afraid of me and you hate me. Why? Because you're a man. And you're right.
The 2001 remake, however, was not nearly as impressive. Although it was one of the highest grossing films of 2001, it failed to live up to the brilliance of the original. The remake might look smoother, but it falls flat in all other aspects, and the ending is just plain confusing. Number 2, Oldboy.
뭐든지 좋다 군만두만 아니라면. 근데 여긴 어딜까? 찻소리가 요라는 걸 보면 도시는 도시인데 중요한 건 여기가 도대체 몇 층인가 하는 점이다. 벽을 다 뚫었는데.
Widely considered a near-perfect modern classic, this South Korean thriller has been lauded as among the best movies of all time, not just limited to non-English language films. The cinematography of the action sequences, the depth of the plot, and the character development are all highlights of Park Chan-wook's masterpiece.
잘 가라. 오대수.
A Another talented director, Spike Lee, took a stab at an American remake in 2013. But Lee's Oldboy was not positively received. Critics called it messy and shallow. If you like complex thrillers, it just might be worth it to read some subtitles.
Johnny, can we give Mr. Dokes his umbrella back, please?
No. Oh, he can keep it.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Point Break. You can't beat the charisma and thrills of Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze.
They only live to get radical. They don't have any real understanding of the sea, so they'll never get the spiritual side of it.
Hey, you're not gonna start chanting or anything, are you?
The Fog. John Carpenter's supernatural horror amps up the atmosphere of dread and eeriness.
The hull sheared in two, the mast snapped like a twig, and the wreckage sank with all the men aboard.
The Heartbreak Kid. Real laughs and real emotion make this movie a well-loved romantic dark comedy.
Do you love me?
Yes, I do.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Psycho.
Well, I run the office and tend the cabins and grounds and do little errands for my mother. The one she allows I might be capable of doing.
Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho is an icon of the thriller and horror genres, as well as a staple for film students. Masterful shots throughout the movie ramp up the tension and avoid showing anything gratuitous. It was such a shocker upon release that many critics called it cheap in comparison to Hitchcock's subtler thrillers.
I won't have you bringing strange young girls in for supper. By candlelight, I suppose, in the cheap erotic fashion of young men with cheap erotic minds.
However, in time it has been recognized as a landmark in cinema. That didn't stop Gus Van Sant from deciding to direct what is essentially a shot-for-shot remake in 1998. It was released to negative reviews, many saying that it failed to build any of the shock, suspense, or art of the original.
Don't you go out? With friends?
A boy's best friend's his mother.
What other original movies can't be topped? Let us know in the comments.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.